Now that the kids are back in school, Halton Police have rolled out Project Safe Start. I caught up with Media Relations Officer Jeff Dillon, who explains that the initiative is so successful that this is their 18th time increasing their presence this time of year.
I've been here for 22 years, and I can remember year one when this initiative started. So it's very successful. Our region is very keen on this concept. Of course, 18 years of running it, I think, speaks to that. It's something that we're very excited to bring to the community every year. I think it's very important in that after a long summer layoff, when people's minds aren't really, on work as obviously they shouldn't be, you're off on vacation, but very quickly we get back into the swing of things with school, with work, and with that comes that traffic safety. And we're just reminding everybody through last week and this, and of course today is our all hands on deck day. We want to make sure that people are aware to keep our children safe, pedestrians, motorists, just getting that little bird on your shoulder whispering that it's time to keep your eyes up and follow the rules of the road as our young kids are out there and they're making their way to school.
So you mentioned all hands on deck. What exactly do you mean by that? Where are you? How many of you are out there? And what exactly should people expect out there on the roads today?
So obviously, Halton Region is a very large region that we have to police. We do have our traffic units and our frontline units that take part, but we also include on a day like today all of our investigative units. I'm sure you've seen our superintendents out there, our deputies, our chief. So it is literally all hands on deck to make sure that we send a message regarding traffic safety and understand the region or the residents of Halton understand obviously the importance of traffic safety and ensuring at this time of year the primary concern, not the only concern, but the primary concern is for our young kids heading back to school.
Well, and that being said, for some of these kids, it's their very first time at school. So there's that to keep in mind as well. What are some of the
Absolutely.
top reminders that you want people to keep in mind when they're on the road?
So obviously it's an increased pedestrian traffic out there with the young kids. And sometimes, although some of these kids are escorted by parents or guardians, some aren't. So making sure that we're keeping an eye out for them and ensuring their safety in case they're getting used to crossing at crosswalks, stop signs, traffic lights, things of that nature. Just being extra cautious while we're out there to ensure their safety, as well as those other vehicles that might be on the road, whether they're bicycles, cars, even some of our e-scooters that are out there that the kids are using nowadays, and making sure that we're keeping that extra vigilant eye while we're out there driving.
Now, as a deterrent, let's talk about some of the penalties that people may face if they're driving distracted, if they're under the influence. But for now, let's focus on school zones, speeding in a school zone. What are the rules there? And perhaps we can also talk about buses as well. Sometimes people get confused when that yellow school bus is stopped with the stop sign, what that means.
Absolutely. So that stop sign is out and that red light is flashing. That means all directions will stop for that bus. Obviously, it's these are our kids we're talking about, and being that taking that extra um, time and awareness and making sure that we're cautious around school buses obviously is paramount. So in the safety in the school zones, they're also community safety zones. So they are lower speeds to ensure that obviously speed plays a part in collisions. So making sure that vehicles are proceeding slow enough because of that increased pedestrian traffic, number one. Secondly, because it is a community safety zone, those fines are doubled for speeding and any other speeding offenses that occur within those community safety zones and school zones. So the charge obviously on that can be a lot more to get that message across and the seriousness of any infractions inside that zone.
Does the doubling of the fine apply only during school hours, or are the community safety zones and their penalties in effect at all hours of the day?
So it depends. It would depend on the signage. You will see some signage that says that there's a community safety zone or a school zone may be in effect during a certain time period. So you'd have to pay attention to that sign. However, for the most part, most community safety zones, no matter where they are enforced 24 hours, 365 days a year.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for your time and these reminders. Any final words for pedestrians or drivers?
We want to make sure everybody is safe out there, following the rules of the road, and everybody gets where they're going and home again very safely.